What's up, kids? Got a quickie here for you. Again, we're going back to the Meitner-Mieses gambit in the Vienna, which if you are a Vienna player like me, you will see fairly often. This is like the full copycat variation. When you bring out your bishop to c4, this is the right move, and black does the same. We have a completely symmetrical position, and anyone who follows my channel will know that the move is queen to g4. Because the king's bishop is from home, we are targeting the g7 pawn, and almost always black will bring out the queen to here, thinking, hello, not only am I defending the g7 pawn, but I'm threatening, it's got to be checkmate, hasn't it, on f2? At which point you immediately play knight to d5, hitting the queen will come down and take the pawn and think they've won. They haven't, they come here. Okay, now, there's a few things that black can do. This is, you should have eagle eyes on this bloody d pawn all the time. If that pawn moves, there can be a discovery against the queen. Okay, the correct move here, the only move is queen takes g7, then hitting the rook. Now, I lost this game from this position. I've had this position a bunch of times. I've probably got a 60-70% win rate. I screwed it up. Okay, now, here we have the knight retreating, and white is just dead one here. We're like 6.5 pawns in front, and there are lots of things we can do, right? We can take the pawn here with a fork on the king and rook and just win material, threatening to go here. If the king moves, we can... You can't really take the rook. This is the point. You take the rook here, the queen's going to probably take this pawn. So you've got to be very, very, very careful about taking that rook. Okay, in this game, I take the knight and the king takes. Right? If the knight here had taken, I'd have won myself a rook for free because it comes with check. King has to move. I can always come back to this square. Okay, and here I fell into a trap, which is my own trap, right? And the point is that I thought I knew the move, because in so many different positions, the move here is knight to h3, hitting the queen, thinking you might force the queen back here and trap her in, or trap her in with d3. But that was absolutely the wrong thing to do in this case. Why? Because the bloody d-pawn's moved, hasn't it? Right? Now, they took, and actually that's a blunderoo. This is actually a blunderoo, because here I actually had rook f1 and this. Okay, coming in with check with lots of eyes on f7. I could have done perfectly well there. I didn't. What did I do? I snatched the bishop. Okay, that's a cluster blunder, right? Why is it a cluster blunder? Well, black can now force checkmate, pretty much, if you're not exceedingly careful. I mean, here, yeah, it is. Here, the king has to go to e1. The queen, the bishop now comes into f2. The king now has to go here. The bishop can go anywhere, g3. And this is just checkmate. All right, so refresh the screen to put the color back properly. So yeah, we know black won. We know black won. Don't rub it in, okay? So from this position, we attack. They come here. Da da da. Now this is a serious mistake from black. You should take the pawn. Absolutely take the pawn. Then after this, the best moves are knight takes e7, check, right, with a fork. That's fine. Knight takes e7, which is what I played. Okay, now here they should actually bring the queen right back and trade queens off. And in this case, this was just the wrong move, okay? Better move, knight to f3. Why knight to f3? Well, it blocks the queen's defense of this pawn, okay? And they are simply in a world of pain now. It's just dead losing. So I just think this is one to remember, okay? Note to self, if they've moved the d-pawn and the bishop is looking all the way down this diagonal, you don't put your knight on here. There's lots of ideas that you can do. Moving your rook to f1 is one to remember. Knight to f3, one to remember. So just a quick one for the Vienna players out there. Thanks for watching. See you soon.